Tonight, the world may be witnessing a dangerous new power shift. Russia is stepping directly into the Iran nuclear crisis, and the United States is watching with growing concern. Israel calls it a global threat. Washington calls it unacceptable. But Moscow says it's ready to protect Iran's nuclear future. Is this diplomacy or the beginning of a geopolitical earthquake? Welcome back to World Latest Affairs. Today's story could reshape the Middle East forever. Reports reveal Russia has offered major nuclear support to Iran during one of the most dangerous moments in recent years. As tensions rise between Tehran, Washington, and Tel Aviv, global leaders fear the situation could spiral into a wider international confrontation. According to multiple international reports, Russia proposed taking custody of Iran's enriched uranium as part of ongoing nuclear negotiations. Moscow claims the move could prevent escalation and reduce the risk of war. But critics believe Russia's involvement strengthens Iran politically and strategically at a time when Western pressure is already failing. The Kremlin says it wants stability. Washington says the proposal creates serious security concerns. For Israel, Iran's nuclear program has always been considered an existential threat. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu recently declared that any deal allowing Iran to maintain enriched uranium capabilities is dangerous for the entire region. Israeli officials fear Russia's involvement could reduce international pressure on Tehran, while giving Iran more time and diplomatic protection. Behind closed doors, tensions are reportedly exploding. The United States reportedly rejected Russia's proposal almost immediately. American officials argue that Iran cannot be trusted with expanded nuclear flexibility under Russian supervision. Washington fears Moscow could use the crisis to expand its influence across the Middle East while weakening American power in the region. And now, analysts warn the nuclear standoff is becoming part of a much larger global rivalry between Russia and the United States. But this story is bigger than uranium, much bigger. Experts say Russia, Iran, and China are slowly building a new geopolitical bloc designed to challenge Western dominance. From energy deals to military cooperation, the balance of power may already be shifting. Some analysts believe the Iran nuclear issue has now become a symbol of the emerging multipolar world. If diplomacy fails, the consequences could be catastrophic. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most critical oil routes. Any military escalation involving Iran could send global oil prices soaring overnight. Gulf nations are watching carefully. Financial markets are nervous. And ordinary civilians across the region fear another devastating conflict. Right now, no country officially wants war. But history shows how quickly crises can spiral out of control. One military strike, one naval incident, one miscalculation could ignite a regional firestorm. Intelligence experts warn that if negotiations collapse completely, covert operations and cyber warfare may intensify dramatically in the coming months. Some countries support renewed negotiations and diplomacy. Others believe stronger sanctions and military pressure are necessary. Meanwhile, social media is exploding with theories, debates, and fears about what could happen next. One thing is certain: the world is watching this crisis very closely. The Russia-Iran nuclear story is no longer just about uranium. It's about global power, alliances, and the future of the Middle East itself. As tensions rise between Moscow, Washington, Tehran, and Tel Aviv, the next few weeks could become critically important for world stability. Will diplomacy survive? Or is the world moving toward a new era of confrontation? Only time will tell. Deep beneath mountains and reinforced bunkers, Iran's nuclear facilities remain one of the world's most guarded secrets. Western intelligence agencies continue monitoring uranium enrichment activities closely. Tehran insists its nuclear program is peaceful, but critics argue the technology could rapidly move toward weapons capability if tensions escalate further. Every new development now increases global suspicion. For Russian President Vladimir Putin, the Iran crisis may also be a strategic opportunity. By positioning Russia as a mediator and nuclear partner, Moscow strengthens its influence in the Middle East while challenging American leadership globally. Analysts believe the Kremlin is carefully using diplomacy, energy politics, and military influence to expand Russia's global power during a rapidly changing world order. The nuclear standoff is not only a political crisis, it's also an economic time bomb. Investors fear any escalation involving Iran could disrupt global oil supplies instantly. Energy markets are already reacting nervously. Rising oil prices could trigger inflation, economic instability, and financial pressure across multiple countries. In today's world, geopolitics and the global economy are deeply connected. While governments battle diplomatically, another war is already happening online. Social media platforms are flooded with propaganda, misinformation, and viral fear campaigns from every side. Millions of people are consuming dramatic headlines without knowing what's real and what's psychological warfare. Experts warn that information itself has become a weapon in modern geopolitical conflicts. History has shown that global conflicts rarely begin with one single moment. They grow slowly, through tension, mistrust, power struggles, and failed diplomacy. Today, the world stands once again at a dangerous crossroads. Russia, Iran, Israel, and the United States are now locked inside one of the most sensitive geopolitical crises of modern times. The decisions made in the coming days could shape the future of the Middle East and possibly the world itself. This is 24 Hours Focus, bringing you powerful global news, real-time geopolitical updates, and the stories mainstream media can't ignore. Subscribe now and stay focused, because world events are moving faster than ever before.